Hi, my name's Ruth. I'm 40 years old. I've been living in London for 17 years. I actually grew up in the country in a county called Suffolk. I'm a massage therapist and I'm very passionate about helping people to ease their aches and pains and stress and tension. And I love trees, I love horses, and I love hot baths and log fires. I'm kind and a friendly person, and I find it quite easy to get on with most people. I'm very accepting. Physically, what I love about myself is my hands and my nails. My nails have always been very good, very strong. What I've learned to accept about myself is my wonky teeth. They're not very straight. My wonky teeth and my quite pale skin. Growing up, I always wished that I'd had darker skin, particularly to hide some of the dark hair or to make the dark hair on my arms less visible. As a young girl, I found it quite difficult to express myself, to really say what was on my mind. I was always very concerned about making sure that everyone else around me was okay rather than putting my needs first. And then expressing myself was also very difficult in class at school. I was very shy at answering any questions. I always wanted to kind of blend into the background and never get noticed at school, so I would just do anything I could just to kind of keep myself unnoticed. Throughout my teenage years, I didn't feel like I was overly conscious about my image. I certainly had girlfriends who were particularly concerned about their weight, which always used to kind of perplex me. They would be on the scales on a daily basis checking their weight. But I think because I was quite an active teenager, I was always preoccupied with my horse and being around the horses, that my weight never concerned me. I just liked to be active and out and about. Nowadays, I think that I'm not very conscious about my self-image, but actually when I take a step back, I must be, because I pluck my eyebrows, I paint my nails, I wear a little bit of makeup, and I constantly dye my hair. When I turned about 20, my hair started to go grey then, and that's when I started to dye my hair, and it's just been dyed ever since. I am reaching a stage now, I'm 40, that I'm considering not dyeing my hair and maybe seeing what it looks like to be natural, to be naturally grey. I think that would be quite interesting. And for me, given a choice, I would prefer to feel comfortable rather than looking good. So it's all about comfort for me. I would like to say that I'm very supportive of other females and how unique and individual we all are. But on the rare occasion when I do flick through kind of a fashion or beauty magazine or watch a little bit of telly, I do find myself making comparisons to other women and often thinking, oh, I wish I was like that, or I wish I had that. So yeah, on the whole, I think I'm supportive, but I do compare myself. I'm also very aware of how teenagers and even younger girls, like my niece who's 11, are constantly or on a daily basis on social media and YouTube, and I'm very aware of how aggressive the adverts can be on these sites, and how young minds are constantly being programmed to want the latest fashion trends and beauty accessories. I was actually at an exhibition in London, a beauty exhibition, and I was actually very surprised at how many of the stands were advertising, promoting brow and lash extensions, thicker brows, longer lashes. It was quite overwhelming actually. So I'm intrigued to see what will be the next new fad, I call them. My magic wand would be for every person to appreciate and love themselves just as they are, and not to constantly want something different or want to change themselves. And also just being kind to themselves and not putting themselves down. To always focus on the positive outcome, the outcome of how you want it to be, rather than spending your time worrying about things. Focus on a good outcome and be kind to yourself. Say kind things to yourself. Have kind thoughts about yourself. Be your own best friend.